You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer news and headlines. With the window slamming shut last week, clubs are now planning for a big summer of comings and goings, and we've got a big show lined up for you today. Let's get straight into it. We kick off at Manchester United, where following some calamitous defending against Everton on the weekend, Red Devils fans will be pleased to know the club are prioritising a centre-back this summer. At least that's according to The Independent, who claim that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is targeting RB Leipzig defender Ibrahima Konaté. Previously linked with teammate Dayot Upamecano, United may have to accept defeat in the race for the Frenchman, with Christian Falk claiming yesterday that they have no more chance of signing him. Bayern Munich are now very much the favourites to land the coveted defender this summer, and while Liverpool and Chelsea are apparently still in with a shout, if they fail, it's understood that they too could enter the reckoning for Konaté. Touted by us at Football Daily as a potential target for United before they signed Harry Maguire in 2019, Konaté has struggled with injuries ever since, making just 10 Bundesliga starts in the last season and a half. However, he remains one of the highest rated young defenders in Europe, and at 21 has a number of years in development in him yet. Something which may put off United, however, is the fact Konaté is right-footed and plays predominantly as a right-sided centre-back, with Upamecano usually occupying the left-hand slot. Meanwhile, a more established centre-back previously targeted by the Red Devils could be on the market this summer. According to Spanish outlet Marca, Raphael Varane could be on his way out of Real Madrid, with rumours circulating that the World Cup winner may be willing to let his contract run down at the Bernabeu, a big concern for Los Blancos considering it expires in the summer of 2022. The report states that if Varane reveals this to be the case, Real will be forced to sell him this summer, with the club not in a position financially to lose a €70 million valued asset for free. This of course is not ideal when they are still trying to tie down captain Sergio Ramos to new terms in a season where their defence has looked far from perfect. Furthermore, England has been touted as a potential destination for Varane, who last year signed a deal with agency CAA Sports, who represent Carlo Ancelotti and Dele Alli, and have close links with Jorge Mendes. Varane's estimated €6 million salary is also something that could feasibly be bettered by one of the English giants, with Man United and Chelsea understood to be his most likely destinations should he choose the Premier League, while PSG and Juventus are also said to be interested should he decide to stay in mainland Europe. And if he doesn't sign a new deal in Madrid, whoever does land him will get him for a cut price, with Real apparently willing to lower their valuation to €50 million. But what would you do if you were Varane? And if you were to leave, which club would you go to? Let us know down below. Over to Liverpool now, as there's been a ton of talk this week about the club's plans to sign a midfielder this summer. Centre-back was of course their priority in the January window, with both Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies making their way to Anfield on deadline day. But come the end of the season, the Reds will hopefully have welcomed back Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez and Joel Matip from injury. Will most likely have to replace another of their key players, Georginio Wijnaldum, who looks like he's on his way out, having so far refused to sign a new contract. The Dutchman has been practically ever present since signing for Liverpool back in 2016, missing just 11 games in nearly 5 years, and so will be a big miss once he leaves. However, with Thiago possessing the necessary ball retention skills to replace his output in midfield, it appears Jurgen Klopp is keen to sign a more attack-minded player in his place. According to the Mirror, the club have made informal contact with Sporting Lisbon over the availability of Pedro Gonçalves, who was signed by the Liga NOS outfit last summer as a replacement for Bruno Fernandes. Brought to Lisbon for just €6.5 million, having previously spent time in the academies of Braga, Valencia and Wolves, Gonçalves has been a sensation, with the 22-year-old notching up 14 goals and 2 assists in 15 league appearances this term. And with Sporting no doubt determined to keep hold of him for another year or two, it's likely Liverpool would have to activate the €60 million release clause in his contract. The Premier League champions have also been linked with Leeds winger Raphinha, who's impressed in the English top flight after signing from Rennes last October, scoring 2 and assisting 2 in his last 4 appearances. Manager Marcelo Bielsa won't be keen to lose him, but according to Football Insider, Liverpool may be willing to part with €40 million for the Brazilian, who arrived at Ellen Road for less than half that in the summer window. If the move does transpire, it's been reported that Bielsa could turn his attention to Juventus outcast Douglas Costa, who was briefly linked with the Peacocks back in September and secured a loan move to Bayern Munich shortly after. With his contract in Turin up in 2022, there will likely be an opportunity to secure the 30-year-old for a bargain fee this summer. And before we move on, if you're enjoying this video, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss a video. Now to Manchester City, whose search for a replacement for all-time top scorer Sergio Aguero continues. With the Argentinian striker's contract up this summer, and with almost zero first-team action this season, it looks almost certain the former Atletico Madrid man will end his association with the Citizens after a decade at the Etihad. And this week, David Ornstein has revealed two of City's top centre-forward targets. First up is Romelu Lukaku, whose name was linked with the club last month. The Belgian striker has been in excellent form since moving to Inter Milan in 2019, scoring 37 goals in 56 Serie A appearances, and with Inter's financial future looking uncertain right now, there's a chance City may be able to secure the club's highest paid player at a cut price. However, even if they had to pay closer or even slightly more than the £74 million that took him to Italy, it would still represent a cheaper option to the likes of Harry Kane, Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. Furthermore, it's understood Lukaku's previous association with rivals Man United would not be an issue. However, according to Calcio Mercato, City face competition from PSG for the Belgian signature, with Mauricio Pochettino reportedly keen to get another striker through the door this summer, something which would surely become a priority if Kylian Mbappe were to leave. And if the two clubs are both still interested by the summer, it would give Inter the chance to drive his price up, with Lukaku's contract at the San Siro not up until 2024. Another option is Southampton's Danny Ings, who is yet to renew his contract at St Mary's, which runs out in 2022. Last month, reports emerged that the English striker was holding off on signing a new deal with the hope of securing a move to a Champions League club this summer, and City would be an ideal destination for him in this regard. But what do you make of these reports? Can you see Lukaku and Ings heading to the Etihad? And if not, where do you see them next season? Let us know down below. We finish off in the MLS as Phil Neville is looking to add some Premier League veterans to the ranks at Inter Miami. Just 3 weeks after taking the job at the David Beckham-owned franchise, Neville is ready to make his mark on a squad that finished 19th overall in the severely disrupted 2020 season, which was their first campaign in Major League Soccer. And first on the list is Stoke City captain Ryan Shawcross. The 33-year-old centre-back who came through at Manchester United before joining the Potters all the way back in 2007 has hardly played over the last season and a half due to injury, making just 7 appearances in the Championship since the start of 2019-20. Stoke manager Michael O'Neill confirmed talks between the two parties were ongoing at the weekend. With Shawcross's contract up in the summer, the Herons will be looking to get the Englishman over to Miami on the cheap. The Florida outfit also made a play for Kieran Gibbs in the January window, in a move which ultimately fell through. But it's understood they are ready to sign him on a free in the summer once his contract at West Brom comes to an end, with other clubs in England as well as some in Turkey also said to be interested in the former Arsenal man's signature. They had initially eyed up Chelsea's Marcus Alonso as an alternative to the 31-year-old at left back, but with the Spaniard having regained his place in the Blues squad under Thomas Tuchel, the chances of him upping sticks for the States look slim for the time being. And that's all we have time for today, but let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Bye for now.